Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about why talking head videos suck, specifically your talking head videos. They may be fantastic, but I'm guessing if you're here and you're searching this particular topic out, you recognize that there's a reason. You may not know what it is, but there's some sort of reason out there that your talking head videos are not drawing views or they're not landing the way that you'd like them to. So today, the top 5 reasons that your talking head videos do suck and how to fix them. Let's dive in. The first is a reason that you hear me talking about all the time, and that is a lack of energy. I would say hands down, number one, this is the biggest mistake people make when they are getting on video and they are communicating. If you come across as if you are monotone or disinterested or timid or scared or trying to look small, your audience will also become disinterested. They will feel and pick up on the awkwardness that you feel. So the key is making sure that you ramp up your energy. Even if you don't feel confident, it's going to make you look confident and it's going to make your delivery and therefore your videos all that much more engaging. For most people, it's about a 25% increase. If you want some more information about how to dial it up and what it feels like, check out this video. The second mistake that I see a lot of people make is with their framing and their lighting. Now, there's not a one-size-fits-all rule for framing, so we're going to jump into that in just a second. But first, let's talk about lighting. Lighting is pretty standard. What it means is that you have to have enough light on your face that your audience can see your eyes. There are lots of big names who create video content in the business world out there. Gary Vee is one of them, who really sort of like chucks all the rest of the rules, but you will notice that in every single one of his videos, he has good lighting. You can see his face, unless maybe somebody else shot it, or you can see his eyes. But if he shot it, one of his team members shot it, you are going to get a good, clear view of this area. And the reason that's so important is because we make a lot of connections with eye contact. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about how the brain and eye contact connects and why it's so important, you can check out this podcast episode right here. However, at the end of the day, it's really all about having nice full light on the front of your face. A lot of people think that if they're not loving the way they look, or maybe they have a few more wrinkles than they'd like to, or they haven't had their Botox lately, dim lighting is going to help that. It is not. Dim lighting actually accentuates that problem. So if you have full lighting on your face, you're killing basically 2 birds or more with 1 stone. Now let's talk about framing. It depends a little bit on the format of your video. Is it a horizontal video or a landscape video like this one that's used for YouTube? Is it a square video, such as one that you might see on LinkedIn? Is it a vertical video you might see on Instagram Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts? I'm going to give you the play-by-play for all of them. The rule of thumb, anyway, and recognize that there's always a little bit of leeway. Any person who's good at video will tell you it depends, but here's the rule of thumb. When you are shooting in a horizontal format like this one, you're going to want your framing to be sort of like mid-chest to head for the most part. Again, talking head video. If you're demonstrating something on YouTube, it's going to be difficult to be this close and demonstrate it, whether it's yoga, how to fix a car, how to bake a cake, whatever. Talking head video, this sort of framing allows the audience to look into your eyes. Now, if you are doing something for Instagram Reels or for TikTok or something like that, framing it like this is also okay, but generally speaking, if you can show a little bit of a wider shot, and what I mean by wider is not a lot of dead space on the side, but if you can show a full body shot, if you will, almost head to toe, for whatever reason, that sort of framing is more engaging for the most part on TikTok or Instagram Reels. It also allows you to use your hands and to show your hands so that you can gesture in a way that's natural for you. That helps bump up your energy and it all sort of begins to come full circle. Number 3 is weak audio quality. Now, I know that this sounds pretty basic, but here's the deal. A lot of times, it's not that it's staticky or anything like that. It's that the audio is hollow and that the audio is tinny or echoey. And I will tell you, I'm not not perfect at this because sometimes I want to create a video and I want to create it very quickly. If you are looking for great microphones that you can use to enhance the quality of your audio, you can find them on my VIQ gear checklist and starter kit, which you can find information for right here. Generally speaking though, when you're creating video for your website, let's say, that's a durable video. That's something that you're going to want to be there for quite some time, which means that you are going to want to have a higher production level. There is some elements of audio that can be fixed in post-production, in edit, especially if you are outsourcing that particular element of your video and content creation. However, it does take longer and it's going to cost you more. So when you're creating video for social media, that's top of funnel. It doesn't have the same durability, but it is going to be, if you're doing it correctly, most of your audience's sort of first connection with you, first date, if you will, their first touch of awareness. And so you want to be firing on all cylinders. You want to make sure that they can hear you, because if it's staticky, if there's a buzz, if it sounds echoey or tinny or hollow, subconsciously, we are more likely to tune out. Consciously, we recognize that it looks a little bit sloppy. Number 4 is about a lack of structure and organization. Generally speaking, I don't create a full sort of manuscript that's centered on my vlog topic. I will create an outline. I will talk about key points or write those down if there are specific statistics. P.S. Statistics are never very compelling in talking head videos, so try and avoid them at all costs. But if I do have to drop a key number or something, I'll make sure it's in my outline so I know what it is specifically that I need to talk about. But for most people, just winging it is not a great idea. It's easy to ramble, which makes post-production more difficult. It's easy to get convoluted and sort of in the weeds. You want to make sure that your videos are easy to follow and understand. And for most of us, that means that we need to have a general idea of what we're saying, why we're saying it, and how we're going to illustrate it. So have, at the very least, an outline. Number 5 is neglecting the visual engagement. Now, you might be saying to me or thinking, Carrie, this is a talking head video, right? It's not all about products and features and showing the cake or the fast car on the road or whatever it is. And you are correct. And there was a time not that long ago, in fact, right around the beginning of COVID and a couple of months in, where video content and TikTok were beginning to really escalate. TikTok was much less curated than, for example, some of the other platforms like Instagram. And we sort of recoiled at overly produced video because we automatically associated it with somebody trying to sell us something. That's not really the case any longer. Video use and understanding and knowledge about has grown so much over the past few years. The digital landscape has gotten so noisy that a little bit of visual engagement has actually come to be quite appreciated. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to have full-scale video production, but you will notice that on these videos, there are, even though it's basically talking head video, there are some visual effects, meaning we push in, we tighten up on the shot, we widen out, there are thought bubbles, or there are GIFs or animations going along the bottom, and there are little figures or bullet points that sort of underscore or highlight the key points of certain videos. That's what I mean by visual engagement, especially important in long form. TikTok and Instagram, you can still get away with doing talking head videos and doing a couple of stickers and maybe some captions. But if you're doing a longer form talking head video, having that additional visual effect is super helpful in keeping people engaged and keeping them watching clear through to the end. And there you have it. With these 5 elements, you will make sure that your talking head videos are performing the way that you want them to, aka they don't suck. So a lot more that goes into delivering on camera video content creation and distribution. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.